Hey guys, it's Alvin, and welcome to the final piece in the series of webinars that I've been running for the past couple of weeks. And it's a series, the final piece on how to increase your cash flow and profit in your business. And today's webinar, we're going to run through the profit section of your business. This is an interactive webinar, so I'm just waiting for a few more people to jump on. And it's interactive because we're actually going to be doing the work together. So yeah, if you thought this was just going to be another education piece, sorry guys, we're actually going to do some fucking work. And really important that we do the work. So you'll find that a lot of this, what we're going through today, there's a fair bit of a mindset component, which is really important when you're a business owner. I think most business owners forget that bit. They're looking for the tools and the strategies and the things to do. One of the things to do is to get a deep understanding on why you want to grow your business, because that's just the impetus that'll drive you forward. Don't get me wrong, there's going to be a couple of strategies in here, but really my intention is for you to get an understanding of why we want to increase the profit in your business. And it may initially seem it's just going to be to have more money, but it gets a little bit deeper than that. We got to get a little bit deeper, so when you get in a fucking rut, you've got this to anchor you to propel you forward. So super important. So yes, there's going to be a couple of strategies. In fact, there's going to be strategies that you come up with for your business, which is why I'm super excited. So playful out. If you want a copy of the worksheet associated with this, just pop the word worksheet in the comments below, and one of the team will get it out to you. If you want some further help with this stuff, just put in the word profit down below, and one of the team will reach out to you as well. So I think everybody's here, everybody who registered anyway. I'm gonna start rocking and rolling. Let's play. Okay, so this is what we're going to work through today are the 3 steps to increase the profit in your business. It's the final piece of the triangle that they've been working on the past few weeks. If you recall, triangle 1 was visibility, triangle 2 was cash last week, and this week we're focusing on profit. If you focus on these 3 things, a part of the triangle, you will absolutely kill it. Your profit and cash flow will go up. And so let's waltz through the profit section in your business. Remember, if you want to copy the worksheet, just pop the word worksheet below. So in working with clients, and also in running my own businesses for the past 15 or 16 years, buying and selling pharmacies, these are the 3 areas that became apparent to me that a lot of business owners are leaving off the table, or they're not doing it. And if you fix these 3 things, you're going to increase the amount of profit in your business, okay? So the first one is increasing margins. So increasing margins, increasing margins, really important. Obviously, a lot of business owners are scared of doing it, but when you increase your margins, you're obviously going to increase your profit. The next step in here is to start to pay yourself first. So you're probably thinking, it's all about profit. What has paying myself first got to do with it? Well, by actually paying yourself first, you're allocating money to yourself, and then you're going to allocate money to other parts of your business. You're actually going to run a more efficient operation, and you are actually going to focus on profit, because all of a sudden, when you pay yourself first, you've only got an allocated amount of money that you can use to run the rest of the business. And it might seem counterintuitive, but trust me on this one. Okay, so you want to pay yourself first. You want to figure out how to do that. The next thing is to drive profit in your business is you need to start working with your team, and you need to transform your team into an ultimate profit machine. By having the team trained up, the team behind your business, knowing exactly what products to sell and when, and your team understanding what are the high profit margin services and products that you have, you will actually take your profit through the roof. All right, so let's get into the nitty gritty. So this worksheet is it's like I said, it's a worksheet that we're going to work together, going through, and my intention is to help clarify your vision and goals and help you develop action steps that you can use to propel your business forward. All right, so let's do this. So I've told you, and we've agreed that there are 3 areas of your business that you need to look into to improve the profit in your business, and that's by increasing margins, paying yourself first, and team transformation. There's no point doing all this stuff if we're sort of not really understanding why we want to do it. So I want to spend this first few minutes just working with you together on how we go about working this out in your business. I don't know about you, but I've been in many times in my business where I've just working it and I've kind of lost sight of the big picture, and I'm just figuring out, what the fuck am I doing? Running from strategy here to strategy there, implementing this and implementing that. And then, when something doesn't work, or I kind of hit a stumbling block previously, I would just give up, or I would just go run to another technique or a strategy or a guru. What I've realized, and the reason I did this, and the reason why I see most business owners doing this, is they don't have a deeper understanding of the purpose behind why they are actually wanting to achieve or create what they want in the business that they have. So that's why I think this piece is really, really important, and I invite you to play full out and really write some stuff down. Right, we're going to have a couple of, we're going to work quickly, but we're gonna hit some goals here. So right, so let's start with the first piece, and so we need to understand our purpose, right? What do we want to accomplish? What's our motivation? And we're going to work through each of these 3 steps: margins, pay yourself, and team transformation, from the explanations I've given you. So what's the goal that you're aiming for? What do you want to accomplish when you increase your margins? So just take a few quick seconds to write this down. It can be just 1-word answers, but it's really something that we need to get ingrained in your subconscious that'll drive us forward. Okay. So what's your motivation in increasing margins? The next one, pay yourself first. I gave you a little bit of a hint before, but why would you want to pay yourself first? Perhaps you don't know the full strategy on how it works yet. That's okay. But, why do you think you would want to pay yourself first? And remember, there's some quote about perfection here. I can't fucking remember, but just write something down. Transforming your team, the purpose. What do we want to accomplish when we transform our team? Just take a few minutes, write this down. Excellent. All right, so let's, I've just got a question. Yeah, great. I forgot to mention, questions, pop them into the chat below and I will answer them. As I mentioned before, what we're doing is basically an adaptation of what a really great business coach, Dan Sullivan, does with his clients, and it's a process called the impact filter. It just helps us, you, me, all of us, clarify, like I said, what we're doing and why we're doing it. Dan's awesome, great business coach. His stuff is available on the web. If you want a copy of this stuff, you can go and search it out yourself. So that's what we're doing here. So the next thing is importance. So what difference will it make when you increase your margins? What impact will it have? What difference will it make when you pay yourself first? What impact will this have? You might have more money in your bank account. Maybe. You might be able to run your business a bit better. But let's just quickly write down what difference you think this will make when you transform your team. Alrighty? Cool. Let's move to the next one. So the ideal outcome, same thing, we're going to do these ideal outcomes for these 3 processes. What does it look like when you've completed this step? So what does it look like when you've completed the step of increasing your margins? What, paint a picture, if we can just but if you can just sort of visualize a picture of what it looks like when you've done this step. What does it look like when you've increased your margins? What does it look like when you've paid yourself first and team transformation? Now, initially, this might seem like, we're repeating ourselves a little bit here, but trust me, the minor nuances in these questions are rewiring your subconscious and anchoring it in. So, yeah. All right, and the best results. So what's possible if you started to take action with increasing your margins? What's possible if you started to take action when you start to pay yourself off? Pay yourself first. So we want to think of a result that will motivate us and energize us, right? So this is what we want to do here. What's the possible result if you take action? And same thing with team transformation. For those that are watching the replay of the webinar, if you want a copy of the worksheet, just drop the word worksheet below. We'll get it out to you. And yeah, you can play with us here. All right, so what we want to do is we're going to spend a couple of minutes now to come up with some action steps in each category to increase margins, pay yourself first. Let's just start with increased margins. We might go through it in flow because I think we can scramble our brains a little bit. So what I want you to do is to think of 4 action steps that you can take in your business to increase the margins in your business. All right, so this might be some baby steps, which is, it could be simple as raising the prices, could be as simple as perhaps some behind the scenes work on trying to figure out what your margins are, talking to your software vendors, a little bit of a discovery session. You might be surprised at what you discover. So smash those 4 out. Great, let's move on to the next one. So we've got to pay yourself first. What are 4 steps that you could take to begin the process of paying yourself first? Maybe it could be coming up with a system, how much you're going to pay yourself first, setting up bank accounts, talking to your bookkeeper. Just smash 4 of those down. And the team transformation. So what are the 4 action steps that you can take to start to transform your team? So we can do some basic things here if we were to chunk it down, like have a team meeting, trying to understand who your top sellers are, what training you can do for your team, etc. So I'll give you a couple of more seconds to fill this out. I hope you're doing the worksheets. I hope you're playing with me here, because yeah, this is it's gonna be so much better when you fill this out, and at a later date when you start referring to the information that you wrote down, it's just going to propel you forward. And I can guarantee you this stuff that you're writing down, the action steps, this whole planning component, as business owners, I know I did not, we hardly ever do this stuff. Or if we do, we aim for perfection and we're trying too hard to get it right. What I want is just 4 quick steps. Let's do it. Let's keep pushing through. Well done, guys and girls. So you probably heard of Peter Drucker. Profitability is the sovereign criterion of the enterprise, right? So profit's really important in our business, just in case you didn't know, and I'm sure you all know. And it's always good to put a quote in here just to really bring the point home. All right. So what I want to do now is we're going to set up an action plan. We are actually going to plan your next 3 weeks of implementing this. So I want you to pull out your diaries and write in week 1 what date you're going to start and what are the 2 strategies of the 4 that you've written down for increased margins. What are those 2 that you're going to do in week 1? We're going to schedule our action steps. Same thing for week 2. Write in your diary the next week. So if you put today's date, obviously 7 days from now, and you're also going to write the 2 strategies that you've come up with yourself on how to pay yourself first. Remember, you don't have to get the answer right. I wish I could remember that quote, but just write a few things that you've come up with. You know your business, you know what might work, and so let's just trust that. Let's trust that. Whatever you've written down, just grab the 2, grab your diary, write some dates down, and do it for the 3rd one as well. Team transformation, okay? Write that in. So we've got a schedule for your action steps that you can now take and implement in the next 3 weeks. If you work those 6 action steps, so we've got 2 for each, for the next 3 weeks, you're going to drive the profit in your business up the next level. So what I want to do is just give you a little bit of a framework on what we do, what I do, and how I can help you get there. If you need some help with this stuff, and if you need some help, just pop the word profit below. And remember, if you want to copy the worksheet, pop that as well below. So we understand there are 3 ways to get there, to start to increase the profit aspect of our business by increasing our margins, paying ourselves first, and working on our team. So with the increased margins, if we were working together, this is one of the strategies that I would do, which is to look at your top margin products. We would need to work that out. And then we would increase the margin on those. Okay? I'm going to fly through these just to give you some things to think about in addition to the stuff that you've come up with. The actual nuts and bolts we do when you work with me together. All right? The next part of the increased margin component is stop discounting. It is a temptation to discount. All I'm going to say is you need to stop discounting. There is no need for you to discount. And discounting just erodes all your margins. You know this, but it's easy to get stuck in it. I know in my old game, pharmacy, discounting was a big thing. And the quicker I stopped it and focused on other areas of my business, my profit went up. All right, so we need to go to pay yourself first, okay? So the first thing is you need to come up with a system to pay yourself weekly. So weekly is really important. It's part of allocating money for yourself, and this business is for you, and you need to start paying yourself weekly. And by setting money aside, you are actually going to increase the profit in your business. The other tip for paying yourself first is to start to have separate bank accounts. So this is very much the theory of Mike McCallowitz, Profit First. You've probably heard about him and of his system. But separating bank accounts into operating expenses, wages, profit, actually just helps control your money better. You know, Scott Pape, the Barefoot Investor, had a similar concept with the buckets. It's exactly the same thing, right? But you will not believe the psychology of separating your money that comes into your business and using those different buckets, so to speak, or bank accounts to flush the money out of your business. It just makes a big difference. All right, let's romp through team transformation. So clearly, step 1 is to start to get some team training. So I know as business owners, like I remember I couldn't be fucked doing team training. Such a hassle getting them in, and I was in retail world, pharmacy, getting them in after work, organizing staff. But the quicker you work through that and you come up with a process to manage that and you actually start training your team, boom. Because remember, we're setting up our businesses for it to run without us. And your team are the lifeblood of your business. And by starting to train your team on your products, services, sales strategies, customer service strategies, all this kind of thing, super, super important. And the next thing for our team is to start to implement individual KPIs. I see this as a really, really big thing that business owners miss out on, because initially it might seem really difficult to track and measure and keep a hold of KPIs, but that's what you got to be doing. It's really easy once you simplify it. If you need some help with this stuff, just pop the word profit below and I'll reach out to you. All right, so working on these 3 areas of the business, increase your profit. It'll give you all the money you want and make a tremendous difference to your clients, and ultimately increase the amount of freedom and you have in your business, and then you can start to really grow your business and take your business to the next level. I hope you found that this webinar super useful. You got some questions, pop them into the comments below. If you, like I said, if you want to copy the worksheet, drop the word worksheet and I'll send it out to you. And if you want some help with this stuff, pop the word profit in the comments below and I'll reach out. Thank you. Thanks for playing full out, and yeah, Big love.